Welcome back, my rich friends in the making. We are here with another Credit Fact Friday video. This time we are talking about cash advances on credit cards. Boy, biggest scam, I tell you. But before we get into that, make sure if you are new here, you hit that subscription button below so you can join the Millennial in Debt fam and turn on that notification bell so you get every single time I upload a video. So what is a cash advance and why am I super against it? A cash advance is essentially you borrowing cash from the bank. It's not a loan, and it's not just like buying or swiping for a purchase. And the reason is you essentially will use your credit card like a debit card. You would go to the ATM and you would take out cash. However, when you're using your debit card, you're using your own cash, right? That's something we all know. We go, we put in our PIN, we take out money from our checking account, and that's our money. However, if there is an emergency where you really are short on funds or you can't, swipe to pay for something and they have to take, whoever's charging you has to take cash, was it a loan shark? I'm just kidding. There's times where I also need cash. That was so rude. Okay. When you take a cash advance, there are three things you need to worry about. The first thing you need to worry about are the transaction fees. So if you are borrowing, let's say $50, which whatever, whatever, times are crazy. You're borrowing $50, there's usually going to be a transaction fee of $2 to $3. That transaction fee increases based off your bank, but it increases based off the amount that you are borrowing. So let's say you're borrowing $1,000, the transaction fee might be $10 or might be $15. Those transaction fees add up, especially if you're taking credit card advances very often, which you really should not be doing. You're going to see that pile up and it's going to be, you're losing more money than what you're borrowing. The second thing that you need to look out for when you are doing a cash advance are interest fees. Unlike when you charge, swipe a purchase and you have about 30 days to pay it back before you start having to pay interest on that charge, cash advances, there's no grace period, y'all. There is no grace period. They start charging you interest on that money the moment you take it out of that ATM, which means it is really something you want to use only in an emergency. If you have no other choices, or if you exhausted all your other options, then you would go and take a cash advance from your credit card, because interest immediately, I don't know, something about that just, it don't sit right with me. Don't sit right with my spirit. I'm just saying. And the last thing that is really crucial, because if I borrow money, I want to pay back exactly what I borrowed. I know that's not how borrowing works in the capitalist world that we live in, but I don't like it. The last thing that you need to worry about when you're taking out a cash advance are those high APR fees. Now, most people, I won't say most, I don't like to generalize. A credit card will usually have two different numbers that some people do not really pay attention to. Both are APR. You have the APR for your purchases, right, when you regular swipe, and then you have the APR for the cash advance. My APR on my favorite credit card for my charges is 9% or 9.25. The APR, if I take out a cash advance on that same exact credit card, is 29%, which means not only do I not get an grace period when I take out this money, I'm going to be paying 29% interest on this money, which means it is really going to be an annoying pain in my behind to borrow $50 and I'm ending up paying back like $80, right? That's not on my financial freedom agenda. And I don't want it to be on yours either, right? So these are the three things you really want to pay attention to when you're taking out a cash advance. Let's do a quick recap, right? Cash advance has transaction fees when you take the money, 0 grace period when you borrow the money, and a very high APR as well. Now, the last thing you want to remember is that your credit card limit is usually not the amount of money that you can take. So let's say you have a $5,000 credit card limit. Usually you would find your cash advance limit to be around $1,200. So don't think, oh my God, I can charge $5,000, so that means I can borrow $5,000. Usually not the case, and honestly, you don't want to borrow $1 from your credit card because they they're destructive to your financial freedom is all I'm going to say. But that is it. We have reached the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you found it helpful. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.